What's going on, Bulls fans? Welcome into the Bulls Report. My name is Patrick Siepman, and coming up on today's show, we got some new trade rumors around these three guys, Zach LaVine, Nikola Vucevic, and Coby White. Yes, Coby White. We'll dive into him a little bit more in depth on the second half of today's video. But before we start, if you guys just want the Bulls to finally make a trade and finally get out of this purgatory zone in the NBA, just hit that thumbs up icon. You never know if anybody from the Bulls front office is watching this video, so send them a message. If you guys want the Bulls to finally make a trade, hit that thumbs up icon. So we got a new report around Zach LaVine and his good old friend, the Los Angeles Lakers, as apparently they are engaged in trade talks to sending the All-Star to LA. This is actually coming in from Joe Cowley, and this is actually pretty funny here. He says, there have been whispers about the Lakers for over a year now, but a source said that pieces that would have to be swapped don't fit. And Los Angeles remains steadfast that Austin Reeves isn't going to be included. And when I read this report by Joe Cowley, I kind of laughed at myself, because if the Bulls front office legitimately thinks they can land Austin Reeves in a Zach LaVine trade, then we have bigger problems here. Like, clearly, they are set on this core and running it back year after year after year. But if they think LaVine's trade value equals even just a player-for-player swap with this guy, Austin Reeves, I mean, we got big problems on our hands. Because, yeah, if you just look at the raw numbers, LaVine has better raw stats on the season compared to Austin Reeves. But Austin is a fantastic basketball player. We saw that yesterday on Christmas, him going for a 26-point triple-double. He was amazing. But his season stats are awesome as well. 17.5 a night, 4 boards, 5 assists, and being very, very efficient from the field as well. And, I get to this point damn near every single video where I'm trying to, calculate what I think Zach LaVine's trade value could be, because I could also see a situation where, let's just say the Bulls trade him to the Lakers for, let's just say, Rui Hachimura, D'Angelo Russell, Jared Vanderbilt, however way you want to match LaVine's contract. I still think there's a chance that the Bulls are going to have to attach their own first-round pick, because LaVine's contract is brutal, $43, $45, $47 million over the next 3 seasons. And on top of that, he's got a 15% trade kicker if he is traded away from the Chicago Bulls. Shout out to LaVine's agent on that one for getting that man paid. But listen, LaVine, if you look at the raw numbers, he's having a great year here. I mean, he's shooting lights out from downtown, 43.6%. He's been a very efficient scorer at all 3 levels, and we finally saw him, kind of get back to the guy he was during his first 3 seasons with the Chicago Bulls before last year, which was just a down year for him compared to the rest of his career. But listen, I think LaVine's a talented basketball player. Like, there's no doubt about it. He can score at all 3 levels. I think he would be a great tertiary option offensively for an NBA team. But then again, can he be a third option with him making $43, $47, $45 million over the next 3 seasons? I don't necessarily think so. So, some LaVine trade destinations. We heard the Denver Nuggets. Apparently, they want LaVine pretty bad. And also a hilarious nugget that came out from the Denver Nuggets trade idea. The Bulls apparently don't want to take on Zeke Najee's contract. It's an $8 million contract. Again, just some reports come out there. I just don't understand how the Bulls front office is still, employed by the Chicago Bulls. But then we got the Lakers at number 2. Then I'm still going to throw this out there. I think the Spurs, they're a good basketball team. They're floating around 500 right now. And if they just want to get Wemby some playoff experience this season, I actually don't hate the fit with LaVine on the San Antonio Spurs. You get them an elite scorer next to Wemby. And plus, I actually think LaVine, we talk about all his red flags, his contract and his lack of an ability to defend. Well, the Spurs can kind of mask that because Wemby's still on his rookie deal, and plus Wemby obviously being the best defensive player in the world. But I also got the Warriors out there if they want to take advantage of Steph Curry's final 3 years, and then also the Detroit Pistons. But I'll ask you guys this. What say you on this one? What team will trade for Zach LaVine? Let me know your guys' thoughts down below in the comment section. This will be the pinned comment on today's show. So if YouTube, there was an ad break your way, sit back, let it play, and let me know where you think Zach LaVine will be traded to. Now, coming up next year on the program, could the Bulls be trading Coby White? I got some strong thoughts on this, so stay tuned for that. But first off, I do want to give a massive, massive shout out to today's presenting sponsor, and that is PrizePicks. Now, if you guys download the PrizePicks app today and use code CLNS, you guys will get $50 instantly after you play your first $5 lineup. Download the app today. Use code CLNS to get $50 instantly after you play your first $5 lineup. Now, what is PrizePicks? PrizePicks is the best place to get real money sports action. With over 10 million members and billions of dollars in award winnings, PrizePicks has made daily fantasy sports accessible to all. You just pick more or less on at least 2 players for a shot to win up to 1,000 times your cash. That's 1,000 times your cash on PrizePicks. So run your game all season long on PrizePicks. It's America's #1 daily fantasy sports app. And we got some basketball games tonight, and this is the lineup I'm rolling with. I'm going to take the more on Grady Dick, 5.5 rebounds and assists. Then I think Giannis is going to stay hot. I'm just going to take his more on 30 points. But if you guys want to fade those picks or ride with those picks, I just suggest you guys do so at PrizePicks. So download the app today. Use code CONS. Get $50 instantly after you play your first $5 lineup. Download the PrizePicks app today and use code CLNS to get $50 instantly after you play your first $5 lineup. But massive shout out to PrizePicks for sponsoring today's show. PrizePicks, run your game. So a report that I did not expect to be coming across my timeline today is that actually the Pacers, the Indiana Pacers, are interested in a Coby White trade for either Andrew Nembhard or Ben Shepherd. Now, Coby, I don't want to say he's taking a step back this season. I just don't think he's getting the touches or just the, usage that he got last year when LaVine, left the lineup. But still, he's having a good year. 17.5 points per game, just under 5 assists. Still pretty efficient from the field and from downtown. And, I can already see the comments right now. Patrick, why are we talking about trading for Coby White? He's actually one of the only positives on this Bulls roster. I understand that. We all love Coby. We all love seeing him develop within this Bulls organization, something that we, don't really see a whole too lot. But nobody on this Bulls roster is untouchable. You are so far away from competing for a championship that there is not a single player that I will look at and say, that guy's untouchable. If a team throws you multiple first-round picks for Coby White, you shake their hand and you shake Coby's hand and say, thank you for what you've done for this team, but we got to think about the bigger picture and all this. And honestly, if I had to even say one player is untouchable, it would probably be Modest Buzelis. But I think Coby White could be on the trade block. He's got a very, very good contract for a contender. And imagine this guy coming off the bench for a championship contender. That would be an absolute weapon. But let's shift our focus over here, the Nikola Vucevic. So the Bulls are swinging big in a Vuce trade. Joe Cowley saying that the Bulls are seeking multiple second-round picks for Nikola Vucevic. I mean, this is just hilarious at this point. But Vuce, I'll tell you what, raw numbers look great on the season. Offensively, I will tip my cap to him. He has been pretty good this season. I mean, the efficiency is just ridiculous. 57% from the field, 45% from downtown. A guy who shot 33% last season, but he's damn near averaging a double-double with 20.7 points per game. But even goes further with Vuce. I mean, him in that pick-and-pop game with Josh Giddey, he has been a killer, man. 44.8% on catch-and-shoot three-pointers this season. Even has that little pull-up midi game at 64.7. And then that little touch shot at the dotted line, Vuce has been money with that all season long, hitting that at 64.6%. But, I was kind of just laughing at the Bulls front office. If they're able to land a first for Vuce, I think this would be the first good move the Bulls front office has ever made. Arturas Karnisovas, Mark Eversley, I think those two have done a horrible job running this team, just not into the ground, just running this team directly into the purgatory of the NBA. They have been terrible. I think this would be actually a move where I'll say, you know what, I wanted you guys to trade Vuce this offseason. You couldn't get a first this offseason, but now in season, you're able to land, a first-round pick for him. I actually think it would be a great move, but again, I doubt it. I think they're going to get multiple second-round picks. But I'll ask you guys, pick one to trade for. It's a tough question. Type 8 for Zach LaVine or give me a 9 for Nikola Vucevic. For me personally, I would rather choose to trade LaVine just because that would get more shots to guys like Coby, Modest Buzelis, and plus the Bulls are so thin at the front court. I don't think, Vuce playing is taking shots away. Maybe a guy like Jalen Smith. But I would type those number 8s down below, but you guys let me know. I want to wrap up today's show with this final thought here. Chicago deserves better. And, I'm watching all these basketball teams play on Christmas. Like, I'm watching the Knicks, the Spurs, like the Celtics, like all these really, well-run organizations. And I'm looking at the Chicago Bulls, just stuck in purgatory, not playing on Christmas yet again. I actually turned to my dad when we were watching the games. I'm like, do you ever think the Bulls will play on Christmas again? This is one of the best franchises in the NBA, one of the most well-known logos in all of sports because of Michael Jordan. And we again. If you look up the standings right now, I'm actually going to double check right here. I'm pretty sure the Bulls are in 9th again for the 3rd straight season. Yeah, Bulls right now, 9th in the Eastern Conference. That's where they love to sit. It's just Chicago deserves better, and I feel bad for all you guys because we really deserve a good basketball team here in Chicago. But hey, if you guys want to hit me up on Twitter, that's the handle right there, @PatSieps. Give me a follow over there. I'll give you guys a follow right back. But thank you guys so much for watching today's show. As always, go Bulls.